You, you know what? I love. Oh, look at me. Oh, that one missing. Oh, I'm gonna say, God, I had something else to think about missing. Oh, goodness.
No, I think I think that's her though.
Nah, that's her right there.
Yeah, he was talking about it was another person.
Yeah. But I'm just joking about Missy. She always been one of my favorite artists. She's real innovative. Her videos are real innovative. Like every time music changes, she's right there on the forefront.
Every time.
She right there. Like people use her style too. You know what I mean? When she was doing all that Fish Eye Lynn stuff back in the day, everybody else followed her. Well, her and Busta Rhymes, they always seem to be on the cusp of whatever going on. I hope they understand they got to be 6 feet away from each other.
You ain't 6 feet away from us.
I already had it. You know what? Remember back in November when everybody was catching this flu and everybody was sick? I got sick twice. This is a true story. I got sick twice. And the first time I went to the doctor, they told me I had flu strain A because it was A and B. And I went home, I made a mistake and gave it to everybody in the house. You know what I mean? And so my wife, who's pregnant, you know, I didn't know until then, me and E was talking about this, that pregnant women shouldn't get the flu. You know what I mean? It can kill you and the baby.
Right.
Didn't know that until she got real sick and we took her to the hospital and they was like, what's wrong with you? And I said, I think she got the flu because she could barely talk. And they was like, oh shit, they rushed her, like we went to the, I'm not gonna name the hospital because they're not paying us, but we went to the hospital and they rushed her into a room and they said, can't nobody else come in this room. The doctors were coming in with masks on, full gloves, and I was like, and then I thought it was pretty peculiar. You're doing all this for the flu. And so I was like, this is strange. So I ended up getting sick again. Like 2 weeks later, went to the urgent care. They said, oh yeah, you have flu strain B. I said, it's 2-1. Yeah, it's 2-1 going out right now. So everybody where I work at, for reference, I work as a mechanic at a place. I'm not gonna name them either. But everybody in the shop was sick. Everybody, like people was coming in and out with this stuff. And one of my bosses, a guy named Glenn, he said something the other day, and it was so profound. He said, you know, when we was all sick back in November, October, November, he said, I think that was this thing. And we all laughed it off, but he was dead serious. And he ex-military too, so anybody that's ever been in the military, you know how we know real conspiracy theories. I was in the MI unit. So the stuff people was laughing about at home, like, oh, this, I was like, yeah, you just don't know. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people think that people in the military just talk. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. We see stuff before. People don't realize everything that happens in the military, especially the Army, happens 20 years before civilians see it. You know what I mean? Perfect example, cell phones. They had, back in the 60s and 70s, they had stuff they call man packs. The Army still uses them. And what it is, essentially, is a big ass cell phone. You just wear it on your back, and they have a big antenna, long as these light poles.
You seen it in the movies?
Yeah. And you talk on it, you hit the button, and it go. They're like a super big walkie-talkie, but it goes for miles. You know what I mean? Walkie-talkie, you can go probably what, maybe a mile with a good one. You know what I mean? CB radios have to be powered by a truck's battery to stay on. These man packs had this one big radioactive battery, you know what I mean? But you can talk for miles, miles and miles and miles. And when I was in the Army, when I joined in '99, cell phones were out, but they just started going to their phase where they get smaller. And everybody was getting them, because you remember when they was out, and they was the bricks, everybody didn't have them. But when I was in the Army, it started getting to the point where everybody had a cell phone. And I was in the MI unit, 201st MI in Fort Gordon. And one day we were sitting there talking, and one of our trainers, he was telling us about, yeah, this is the first cell phone. And we yeah. But thinking about it, it was. So when people are talking about what's going on with the COVID-19, and they're saying, oh, well, this and this and this, when Glenn said what he said, and him being still in the service, it hit me like, bro, you right.
You gotta think about it. Remember now, at that same time, there was a lot of people that was getting sick and staying sick that don't usually get sick.
Me.
I got sick. I don't get sick.
I don't either. And I got sick twice. And I was like, nah. Cause since I've been out of the Army, I've been out of the Army 15 years, give or take. And I never took the flu shot when I was in the Army. Like they used to, when you're in the military, they make you take it. Like you have to sign something saying you took it. You have to take it. And I used to always find a reason why I couldn't take it.
Well, did you take it during that time? Did you?
Well, no, I haven't. I don't do synthetic shots in my body. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what it does, I'm not a big religious person. People know me. But I believe that our Creator created us to handle certain things. So if they got to give you a flu shot every year, then it's something that they've done to try to counteract that. Because your body should be able to handle everything that goes on with you.
Right.
Anything that your body can't handle isn't natural. And I try to tell people that, people don't listen. Oh, the flu, blah, blah, blah. It isn't natural. You know what I mean? Maybe the very first strains of it 500 years ago was, but the stuff now, you can die for something that your body is automatically supposed to stave off. Like HIV, that isn't something naturally occurring.
Right.
If something that attacks you that aggressively, like it's like everybody was talking about this coronavirus and stuff, and I was on Facebook laughing, shut up, you dumb. But then I started listening, because I got people that are still in the military. I still have a top secret clearance. So I still talk to people that know stuff. You know what I mean? When people put on Facebook, oh, my friend from Fort so-and-so said such. It's funny to read, but then you got to look at it for real.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? My brother-in-law, Rod, he's stationed at Fort Benning. And they are not supposed to leave post. Why can't you leave post?
Right.
It ain't so you won't get infected, because they still letting you go out in the streets
Exactly.
to go shopping. Why can't you leave post, Rod? You know what I mean? And the only reason why I can surmise, being that I was only in 7 years before I got blew up and had to get out, the only reason why I can say you can't leave post, and this is what happens whenever you can't leave post, you're about to deploy.
Yeah.
Almost every military base with its army in the United States is saying you cannot leave post. The only time you cannot leave post is when it's a national state of emergency and you're about to deploy somewhere. Well, we about to deploy.
United States.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you already got the governor of California already brought in the National Guard. They're about to, in China, we don't hear much, like, news that is directed towards you is only directed towards you. So we don't know, like when I was stationed overseas, I saw certain things that I would never see in America. Like, because all the news you get in America is America-centric. It's propaganda. Like they like to use the word propaganda for a negative way towards other countries. Oh, this propaganda. Anything that's American-centric in the news is propaganda to make you think you're better than everybody else. This can't happen to you.
Precisely. The big West. Like we supposed to be more advanced, supposed to have more money, which we don't. But that's just the idea.
Well, they always let us know that they have to put in your head that you broke. They'll never say we have more money than other countries. But what they say is we're more civilized. They put that in your brain. You're better. Because you're American, you're better. We're going to get to that later. Because that American tag is some bullshit. But because you're American, you're better. You're better. You're better. This stuff happened in China. Even our presidents call it the Chinese flu.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Did it really start in China?
Right.
No.
We don't know. We don't know. Because like we said, back in November, October, everybody was getting sick. And most people, and how many people died from the flu? They keep saying, oh, so many people died from the flu. So when was the last time this many people died from the flu? Ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This corona thing is spreading, but it's not spreading as bad as they want you to believe.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
The CDC even said that out of all the people that are getting infected, most people are coming right out of it okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing but a cold. My wife, she has some, she's pregnant and she has some other issues health-wise. Well, we all do. You know what I mean? But her doctor, when we went to go see him a couple of weeks ago, before it got big, he said, this coronavirus is serious. This is what he told us. He said it's serious. He said, but it's only serious if you're old, if you have issues with your immune system, or if you're nasty. Exactly what he said. This is what the doctor told us. He said
define that.
he want to talk about like nasty, like you like to have sex.
Don't do that.
He was talking about nasty as in your what is the word? You know the word.
Your hygiene.
Hygiene. That's the word. Like he said, and what he said was that's why when Fat put that in the group earlier. I went, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to sequester yourself in your house, or if people don't know what the word sequester means, quarantine yourself.
Right.
I mean, because we got people on the podcast that may not know.
Well,
Google it.
Explain it to them then.
And that's another good topic.
Google it.
That's another good topic about
Everything is
Googling.
Googleable.
Because everything that you Google ain't the truth.
Now, this is true.
You know what I mean?
That is
The
very
dictionary is, pronunciation of words is, and definitions
But-
are facts.
But how many dictionaries, book-wise, do people have in their home?
Okay, Webster.
Right.
Merriam-Webster has always been the groundbreaking since
But how
the
many
18th
dictionaries
century.
people
have a
how
dictionary in
many-
their house?
I don't have a dictionary.
How many average
But you can
people
Google it. You can
even
But Google
catch the word that's in the conversation and
Yeah.
say, "Let me go see what that meant."
and
They don't care. They just gonna go
and
past
how
it.
much of
Yeah.
Google is true. You gotta understand, Google is created by people. People have agendas. You get what I'm saying? So I could
True.
easily put some nonsense. Look at this virus thing. If you go down to your timeline, you're gonna see 15 different stories before your thumb get tired. Because people don't know, they're assuming, and they're going with whatever fits their narrative.
That's
The conspiracy theorists are telling you, oh, everybody gonna die. The people that feel like they don't care if they die or not, they're telling you, oh, it don't matter, ain't nobody gonna die. But in the middle somewhere is the truth. I'm a real big research person, and I've researched all these doctors that said all this different stuff about what's going on, and none of them are meeting in the middle. It's like I trust my wife's doctor. I trust him implicitly, and what he said was, "This is dangerous if people don't stay away from each other." You know what I mean? Because the crazy thing about this is with the flu, you automatically get symptoms. Your nose start running.
Yeah.
You get a fever.
It's
You know what I
taking
mean?
too long.
You get a little cough.
Yeah.
This, the reason why I say this isn't natural, they say, oh, it comes from Chinese, Asian people eating bats. Well, in that case, there's no way that it would spread that fast, that quickly
Right.
to all these places. How many Americans or Italians were in that market eating bats with these people?
Well, but see, okay, it's supposed to start at like back November
Yeah.
in Asia. Okay, I saw there's this Asian lady, and she was bringing up some stuff that was like they saying the older people. She said the older Asians have a problem with like hygiene, that stuff,
They do.
washing their hands.
They do.
They think if they even gonna wash their hands, they run some water on it and think they clean. So that's how you can say older people are getting it over there, because their hygiene is different from younger people. So that could be a little bit of that. Then they got those wet markets that they were saying about where they go get the meat and stuff. Okay, so everybody go in there and touch it with their hands to see if the meat is fresh. And again, nobody over there practices clean hygiene. There's no hand sanitizer, none of that type
In
of stuff
Korea,
in the
they shit in the
market.
streets.
It's just meat. You touch this pork, oh, I didn't want that one. Oh, I just touched this bat, oh, I didn't want that one.
Lemur.
Oh, let me, lemurs and whatever else. we
Lemur
been chopping
cages
up
on top
today.
of chicken cages.
Yeah.
The lemurs are boo-booing into the chicken cages. The chickens are eating it. So if the lemur's sick, now the chicken's sick.
Oh.
Right.
And then they bag up some food, and then they count their money.
I mean, it's really no different, but you got to think about it though. It's really no different than what it is over here. You
It's
go to
not,
the
no.
supermarket, you touch all over the fruit.
Yeah.
You go to, you pulling your money out your
Yeah.
titties.
Somebody who's sick, take your bag,
Yeah.
blow
Right.
into it.
Or they can't
Count
get
the
the bag
money.
open, so they and
Oh,
then they're
that's
counting the
been
money.
nasty. That's been nasty. Like that's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So my point is that the germs are the same whether it's here or there, even though it's like a
Sort
different
of.
thing. The germs are the same.
You got
Yeah,
brothers
but
and
we
sisters.
got.
You got brothers and
I
sisters.
do. I have a lot
You
of
remember when
brothers.
you were younger and somebody would drink out your cup, you be like, why you drink out my cup? You got the same germs.
No, we don't.
That away. You can have it. You can
I
have it.
can't people my daughter. If I'm drinking something, I love Dahlia to death. But if I'm drinking something and she say, Dad, let me have something, I say, you can have it. I give it to her. I don't want
I
it.
sound like.
Because my daughter is 5 years old and she does stuff like this on the regular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
what is wrong with you?
Yeah, them little kids do.
Oh,
The kids can be weird. Kids can be really weird.
We was at a get together last night for my family, and 2 dogs in the house. So my daughter's up there wrestling with her cousins and stuff. Dogs jumping all around them. She comes in there, like they had a meal, quesadilla, that Mexican stuff. So my daughter comes in, she said, I'm hungry. So my wife gets up, she fixes her plate. And I just sat there and watched. I was sitting on the couch just like I'm doing now. This little girl didn't try to go wash her hands. Didn't nobody instruct her to go wash her hands. She went and picked up that quesadilla and put it there in her mouth. And I looked, I said, did you wash your hands? And she goes, and 5-year-olds will lie.
I'm talking about looking you dead
She
in the
looked,
face.
she looked, she said, and kept chewing. They go for you, go wash your hands.
You fondles every day now. It's late.
But at least you can cut down on some of it.
And you gotta get in their mind that that's
And you
what
have
you
to
were
do
that's
it.
what you were
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Train.
Because if you don't start it then, it's gonna be real hard later.
Yeah, 'cause that is about her room. She don't like to clean her room. So I took her, she loved the little 3DS. I took it. I said, you can't have it the whole weekend unless your room stay clean the whole weekend. She been asking me every day. I don't know what's wrong with a 5-year-old brain. They like goldfish. She asks me every day, Dad, can I have my game? Is your room clean? Yes. You'll get it Monday. Today, this morning, right before I came, Dad, it's sitting on a curio thing. She said, Dad, can I get my game? I said, Monday. Is your room clean? She run upstairs, come, yeah, it's clean. Monday, you'll get it. She ain't gonna get it Monday.
But you know, kids gotta test their boundaries. That's part of it.
Because they don't understand tact. They don't understand logic. And a logical person goes, well, he told me till Monday. Let me try him Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? Not to be misogynistic, but ain't that how women do it?
No.
He told me no. So I'm not gonna try him right away unless you got a stupid man. If you got a dumb man, then you might right away. But babe, you told me I did. Okay, yeah. Go ahead,
Okay.
They go, babe, you told me give me $100. Oh yeah, give me a wallet. You know what I mean? A smart guy, you gonna be like, nah, he remember. Let me
It
trick
all
him out of it.
depends. It all depends.
Let me trick him
It
out of
depends
it.
on
What it depends on?
what day it is.
What day
What
it
has
is?
happened?
Oh, you scared it went wrong?
What had happened was those Asian people are like 5-year-olds. They don't know how to wash their hands. They had no home training.
But the crazy thing is, your immune system works regardless of how many times you wash your hands. If you're in a situation where you eat monkey back all the time, your immune system is stronger than ours.
That's true.
That's like
That's
sailors and stuff. They be getting like a little bit of venom and stuff and build up immunity to certain.
They're accustomed to,
Right.
well, we're not accustomed to, like, they're accustomed to, like, some countries, they have what we consider to be unclean water. I mean, there are states here in the United States, they have unclean water. And their immune system is built up a tolerance to it, to where they don't kill off. They may mutate in some areas, but they don't kill themselves off.
Yeah, but we go out there and get dysentery.
But my thing is that,
But whole wide open.
that is so, stop that.
It's true.
So it's.
You ain't never seen a wide open boot up?
Why would I be checking for that? What the hell?
I love the reaction. That shows you haven't, but Janae obviously have. Because
Hey, I'm from the country. We done seen it all.
she didn't look shocked at all. I've seen 3 today.
It was walking outside. You ain't seen it when you walking
I bet not have. We would have came in here.
You didn't see it.
We
It already walked by.
that's the corona right there.
You bought it over here.
But what do y'all think about the fact that the CDC is saying that you may not show symptoms for 2 to 3 weeks now?
Yeah,
it was 2 to 14 days. Now it's 2 to 20. Did you hear the now they might not be letting kids go back to school till April 13th?
Yep.
I don't think their children are going to go back to school.
I don't
know. In Wales, I read somewhere, I think it's Wales, Scotland, something like that. They're not letting kids go back to September.
Yeah.
Wow.
But see, that's saying like, okay, it might have a reason I didn't see it, but okay, they extended the tax deadline from April 15th to like July or something.
Yeah, July 15th.
It's like 3 months extra time. We not 3 months away from April right now, so why did they extend it 3 months
Because they already
past?
gonna be there.
But you can get an extension, a normal just an extension.
We talking about them. You go ahead and just already say
that's what I'm saying. But you can get a regular extension to October
if you need it.
If you need it,
we're talking about they're giving the regular deadline.
But you have to think about this financially. if they give an extension to October if you need it, they know it's only going to be a small percentage of the country. When they say the whole country, you ain't got to do it for 3 months. The whole federal budget is based off of your income tax. So when they say they're going to push the whole federal budget back, you work
3 months.
You doing some type of finance. That's exactly a quarter.
Yeah.
You work in finance. You know how hard it is to change your budget. You get when we do these podcasts, y'all don't know what E would know because he does video. Whenever I move, I have to have a monetary budget in my mind. It's gonna cost me this much gas. It's, how much time it's gonna take me to do this? How long? How much time do I have to allocate? It may not be finances, but it's time. Time is also equivalent to money.
Right.
So how much time is it gonna take me to get there? How much time are we gonna record? How much time is it gonna take me to break stuff down? How much time is it gonna take me to get home? How much time is it gonna take me to put all this together? When can I put it up so we can start? You know what I mean?
Right.
So when the government says we don't want your money for 3 months, come on now. That's one of the biggest budgets in the world.
It comes, but they're mostly targeting businesses, not individuals, because by now most people have already filed their taxes.
Exactly.
Most businesses have not. They do the rat race up until April.
You're right. But what's the correlation? If you're targeting businesses, you're also targeting individuals.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because if a business taxes are messed up, most likely what they're going to do. When the business finances are messed up, what does it trigger down to? The employee. Families. So if your money is off, you know what I mean? Because I know where I work at, and I'm not going to say their name. Is that G-Eazy? He need to cut it out. Why did he try to look like the Fonz everywhere? And everyone in his videos always look like, it's always a light-skinned black chick.
I mean, he has to have swag.
Who is that?
We don't know.
I don't know.
She rapping though, but whatever.
Why does she have on a dog and long, and she playing CeeLo? Come on, man, cut it out. Cut it out. I hate rap now. But yeah, back to the company I work for. They were saying that, oh yeah, they put us in a meeting last week. Yeah, you know, blah blah blah. If y'all have to stop working, we're gonna pay y'all for 2 weeks. So people were like, what if it lasts longer than 2 weeks? Well, we'll get there when we get there, because technically, if you work for somewhere and you pay into short-term disability, they have to pay you for that if you can't come back to work on your own reconnaissance. They have to give you FMLA. But what they're trying not to do at my job, and I hope nobody watch it, HR called me the other day, because like I said, my wife is pregnant. So that makes her high risk to get this. Because when you're pregnant, women who've been pregnant, you know your immune system shuts down kind of, because it's trying to get rid of that parasite inside of you. It's attacking the baby. So the immune system is all about, you know what I mean, getting to the baby or helping the baby. So me bringing this shit back home to her could kill her and my baby. You know what I mean? So I called HR. I did. And I said, hey, what the fuck? You know? And they said, get a note from the doctor saying that you should be at home because you can bring it back. So I got a note from the doctor that said, yeah, she's in a immunodepressed state, yada, yada, yada. Send it to them. The motherfucker hit me back. The lady hit me back yesterday and said, the letter has to say, true story, the letter has to say that you cannot go to work because your wife is at risk. You know my wife is at risk.
Right.
Lady, I'm talking to you as a woman. You know the perils, you know what I mean, of being pregnant and all this stuff going on. But you gonna try to hit me with this? Then she said, oh, and by the way, if you are off for the 2 weeks, let anybody that work there know, because they're getting misinformation. We're not giving you 100% of your pay. You're only getting 66%.
But why? Are they, I mean...
Yeah.
That's what the
short-term disability. Short-term disability.
It's disability.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, that seems like short-term disability and not you getting paid leave.
But why would they do that if the government is saying, if you have to shut down, we will give you that money back? Because that's what the government is saying to the business. You get what I'm saying?
That's what they're going to do.
So they're shortchanging. That's why what he said earlier is significant. I hate to go around the way, but what he's saying about them pushing the taxes back is significant, because you don't do that and compromise because businesses, especially big businesses like the one I work for, which is all over this country, in Canada, everywhere,
Right.
you don't stop your money. Because nobody recovered from that. If 3 of the top businesses in America, let's say Nike, Walmart, and what's another big, Coke, shut down, the country shuts down.
Pretty much.
And many people, if they employ, this country done.
all them sodas and drinks and all that type of stuff that Coke got to get to other people so that their businesses can
shut down.
Right.
So that's why that's significant. That's why when people was posting, because I read between the lines, when people were posting all these CEOs stepping down, I didn't believe it. I looked at it and I said, let me research that. And you know, since this has happened, since November, 219 top CEOs across the world have resigned.
And you see they're talking about on the news all them people that pulled out that
From the
got
stock market.
got rid of all their stocks and all that type of stuff
Jeff
right
Bezos.
before.
Jeff Bezos sold $1 billion worth of Amazon stock. $1 billion
Of Amazon.
of Amazon stock. Why? People want to make this about a disease. They want to make this about people getting sick. This, what I believe, and I may be wrong, what I believe is it's going to get better. I say by June, everything going to even out. What I believe what's going on is a test.
Yes.
I believe it's a test to see how much we listen, because we don't, especially Negroes. Because like I said last night, it was 35 of us in this one house,
It's probably 10.
and we don't know who the hell got the corona wrong.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? What they want to happen is us to panic, buy all the goddamn toilet paper, which I don't get what the toilet paper got to do
I have
with
no
the
idea.
disease.
Oh my goodness.
We went to Walmart Friday, because my wife had been quesadillas for the little thing we had last night. No meat. None. What are y'all doing?
It's
Like-
spoil.
You're doing something that's not going to benefit you in the long run.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You're spending the little money that you have on getting all this stuff. Next thing you know, you ain't got no money. See the smart people, the rich people know this. Okay, well, let them do that. Okay, they bought out our stores yet. Walmart can't replenish fast enough. All right, let that happen for another month. Okay, so now the supply chains shut down because we shut down businesses that ship the stuff back and forth. Okay, groovy. Let's see what's gonna happen next. Oh, now they bringing it to each other's houses because they can't go to the store because Food Depot is closed. All right, give it another month. Oh, now they're eating each other. Bet. All 219 are gonna sit inside this bunker, and we're gonna all the food that we stockpile because we sent people like Joe and we sent people like EI. I need you $1,000 to go shop for me. They don't brought all these supplies to us. We got all the toilet paper because some idiot put it on eBay to try to get some money. We said, okay, we'll buy all of it. Now we got enough toilet paper, hand sanitizer, because people about going on eBay and buying all of it. And we said, okay, we'll go on eBay. Me, Mr. Jeff Bezos, I'll go on eBay and buy hand sanitizer for my family and my friends. You get what I'm saying? This isn't a disease that's going to kill people in a traditional sense. It is a disease that's going to cripple the world economy. That's what it's going to do.
I definitely agree with
That's what
that.
it's gonna do.
I think that is a silent, I've said this before, I think it's a silent trade war that's going on, especially when we talk about China and all of the things that has occurred prior with our president kind of slick beefing, but really not beefing because it's really not a beef between them. It's business. And you have to present to the world like, hey, this is my team. I'm over here, Team USA. Yeah, I'm for y'all. But at the end of the day, it's about money. It's about what we can do in terms of commerce and what we can do to export and import. China is the #1 import to the United States. We are the #1 consumers in the world. Black people, #1 consumers in the world. No other demographic shops more than we do in the United States. So China, if you could look at I challenge you to look at 5 things in here. Turn them on the other side. I bet you 4 out of 5 of them gonna say China on the bottom.
5 out of 5.
It's gonna say China on the bottom.
All time.
So we can't remove the fact that China needs us.
No, they don't.
China does need us.
No, they
because
don't.
where do they get? Who else gives them the money that we give them?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody shopping China.
Everybody. Because you know what China does that nobody else does? China has a system in place where nothing over there is illegal. Like in America, intellectual property is protected. In China, it's not.
Right.
China sends out people all the time to, like those lights I have. Those are a knockoff of better lights that are made in Germany. True story. They come from China. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Newer is a Chinese company.
Yeah.
They got what you need.
It's just like,
Everything I got in here that has something to do with this podcast is new. Those microphones, those stands, that mixer, these cables.
you are the problem, sir.
That's new.
Oh, look,
I am a consumer.
there's a movie where these people making dresses. There's this great dress designer, man, whatever. He make dresses. The company kept trying to get him to come work for them. They wouldn't do it. He got broke. He went and trained some Chinese workers how to do them the quality he do them. Next thing he know, 1 million knockoff dresses of what he got going on, and they got a factory of them, and they got people standing around, walking around like he was, watching the workers, and that's what they do.
It happens. Louis Vuitton was big. You can get knockoff Michael Kors, Coach, all that stuff they do. Hair.
But
when it comes down to the hair, there's no regulation on it.
When I lived in Korea, this is a true story. A lot of the stuff that we have in America is made either in China
We
or
used to
Korea.
get boxes of that stuff when my mom and dad was in the army. Boxes.
But the crazy thing is, the stuff is made there.
It's made there.
And you know what Levi's does, and this is a true story. They know so much of their product is either going to get copied or it's going to be sold outside. A pair of Levi's jeans costs $3 or $4 to make. That's because they pay them 25 cents a day. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? It isn't the material, because you can, synthetic denim is everywhere. It isn't the material, it's the man hours.
Yep.
It's the labor that costs. Right. So if you bring a Levi's factory, of course they got them in America because they can't sell them to Americans without saying, hey, we make them in America too.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So they have to have that, because white people are, and we're going to get it, I keep wanting to get to that American conversation. They're so American that they don't realize that a lot of their American stuff is made over there. So when I was stationed in Korea, I was stationed there twice. Jesus. I was stationed there twice. Yeah, you wrong for that, Callie.
Is that made in America?
That brought me back.
That made to America?
That face brought me back.
Probably in Miami or LA.
But he can eat from America. He Pakistani or something.
Right.
But what they do over there is they take your intellectual property, whatever you make, whatever you do, and they don't have any laws against that, and they create it. This is why when I heard somebody else say, oh, it's a trade war. That's a false narrative, because China's not in a trade war with us. China don't need us. They still sending stuff to Canada. They still sending stuff to Mexico. They still sending stuff to Europe. They still sending stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? America, we want to believe that everybody needs us. That without us, it won't make it. And that's the propaganda like we were talking about with the news. That's the stuff we hear here. They hate us over there. When I was in Korea, they hate us. Asian people hate us. Everybody, only people outside of America that don't hate Americans is probably the Europeans. And they can't stand us to a certain degree.
They don't.
You get what I'm saying? America wants to be so the shit in so many ways. And we're not. This is why this big mouth ass president had a campaign. Because even in their mind, they know. What did he run out for? Make America great again? Because we ain't been
great. Never been great.
Financially.
Historically.
But the only thing we have that most places don't have is the freedom to say what the fuck we want to say without going to jail. Because over there in China, talk up you want to. You going to jail. But ain't nobody really poor over there unless you live in the outskirts. But in the major cities, they have money. Not Shanghai. Is it Shanghai? I think it is Shanghai. Singapore. In Singapore, they build apartment homes for people. You ain't got to pay rent. You get somewhere to live for free. Now, the downside, which most Americans say, oh, that's the downside, is all the apartments look alike. All the furniture the same. You know what I mean? If you got a cell phone, your neighbor got the same cell phone plan. You go to the grocery store, you have a list with all the stuff you can buy and the amount you can buy. And in America, you go, what if I want to buy 2 bags of Fruit Loops? Well, no, you only get 1 this week. There's your plan. We find that is wrong. You're stopping me from doing what I want to do. Those people over there, most of them are happy. I get to eat. My family get to eat.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got somewhere to live for free. I can communicate. Well, they can't get on Facebook and stuff because, you know, but they have their own Facebook. Like they reproduce everything. So when we hear on the news, oh man, this is a possible trade war. Only people that war is us. We the only ones that war. That's why
we the consumers. We the ones consuming every fucking thing.
So it doesn't affect.
We want folks to ship shit to us for the cheap.
Right. So playing devil's advocate, if the producer stops producing with us, we're still at a war because they're cutting off what we need.
But we're at the war.
We're
not
the ones,
them.
We need them.
It's like
what sort of?
How many bad relationships have you been in your life?
None.
None. How many bad relationships have you been in your life?
I'm gonna stay with her now.
No. I'm talking. How many bad relationships have you been in your life?
Say nothing.
No, but I ain't got a lot of relationships.
Any bad relationship you've had, when they cut off that affection, who's the one that's hurt? It's not them.
The one that's least in love.
It ain't.
No,
the person that got cut off, not the person who's doing it.
Oh yeah, the one that's hurt is the one.
If I cut you off, I'm cool. I was cutting you off anyway.
So that's not a war. That's not a fight. You fight. You remember when you were growing up, somebody said something. Somebody said they'd be like, "Oh, they gonna fight. Oh, I'm gonna break up with you. Now you can break it up with yourself."
It's an internal war.
You gonna break up with yourself?
Yeah, you break it up with yourself. I don't care. I was there for what I was there for. That's China.
Yeah.
China has the most people. They have the biggest army. They have the best technology by far. They don't need nothing. They can sit there and sell everything to themselves.
You know how many loans these folks done gave out to countries, and if they go call in they loan?
You know how much we owe China?
And that's what I'm trying to understand. Where are they getting all these billions and trillions of dollars from when we already owe $1 trillion to other countries? Like, where are they getting all this money from? You want to send people this and that.
What happens is this.
But you already did that.
What happens is this. And what people...
You right.
What happens is this. And what people ask for is $1,200. They don't realize when they go into deficit and they say, we gonna bring $1 trillion to give y'all $1,200. You know what that does?
Your money ain't worth nothing.
Right.
That's why back in the day they said, oh, we used to get 25 cents a week and they could buy everything with 25 cents. Now you can't buy nothing with 25 cents because the dollar ain't worth nothing no more.
Right. Well, you know when the euro came out, back in like late 90s, when euro started to come out, then you see the American dollar start to dwindle.
It already wasn't nothing. It already wasn't worth nothing.
The American dollar hasn't been worth much since, and it always starts with wars. It always starts with epidemics. The American dollar hasn't been worth anything since World War II. You know why? Because we had to sit there and pull all our resources to pay for this war that we really want to bring in the bar.
No, most of it is.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a few wars out there. I'll be like, all right, I get it. The Iraqi war, didn't get that one.
No.
Going into Afghanistan, I get it. When we went into Afghanistan, I got it because we were looking for bin Laden.
Right.
But why are we going into Iraq? You know how far away Afghanistan is from Iraq? Like, that ain't even close. You know what I mean? On a plane, maybe. But as far as foot traffic driving, no. It took 8 hours to go from Kuwait to Iraq. 8 hours driving. That ain't nowhere. But when we was driving, all you see is oil derricks. You know what I mean? On fire. Because they don't set them shits on fire. Because they know why we're over there. We're not over there to help nobody. Who are we saving in Iraq?
Absolutely. But at the same time, we put up an embassy. It's not for the people that are there. It's not for their gain, even though that is the propaganda, as you were saying earlier, that we push. They're like, oh, we're here to make life better for you, and we're going to teach your children how to read, and we're going to teach this, and they looking at us like our life was good.
What is America? What is a country? I should ask. What is the purpose of a country? Anybody know? It's a corporation.
Oh yeah.
That's why a lot of people's like that. In country is a corporation. You can't run a country without money. You can't run a city without money. You can't run a county without money. That's why when you speeding and you only go a 2 mile speed limit, they tell them cops, stop them. We need that $100. Now think about if you got 1 million people in one metropolitan area. Atlanta has 2-point-something million in the metro area with all 15 counties. If you stop all 2 million of people for $50 a day, remember the toll road, It was supposed for Georgia 400. Supposed been up for 2 years.
They left that motherfucker.
That shit was up for 20 years.
Yeah, it was
now
hard.
think about this. Like they said, the traffic going through there daily was like 3-some million people. That was people going to work, coming back, going to work, coming back. If you take 50 cents per 3 million people per day for 20 years,
Right.
why is Georgia broke? Because that didn't go to the city of Atlanta. That went to the state of Georgia. Total roads are regulated by the state, not the location, not the city or county they're in. Because it that bothers me so bad. because you gotta understand the total road, it went between like 3 different cities, like Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody, up to Alpharetta. So that Georgia 400, well, it went all the way to Carrollton or something.
And I believe it's that many people. I have to go that way. Well, not now because I'm working remotely. But I get off on New Northside Drive, which is Sandy Spring. So I'm like right before you have this standoff where it's just like a whole bunch of people, just all lanes blocked. And it's deadlock traffic every single day.
Yeah. I used to live in Sandy Springs, and I worked at, and the crazy thing was, you know the Home Depot right there in Piedmont Road, Buckhead Home Depot.
That's y'all outside.
Lindbergh train station. Well, I live in Sandy Springs. For me to get from where I lived at to there is 6 or 7 off on Georgia 400, 15 minutes. But I had to go through there twice a day, 50 cents each. And then if you buy the Peach Pass, you know what I mean, you go through there free. You know what I mean? It's still $20 a month.
But they have it blocked off every day. Like,
because they're doing new construction up there now.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Because I'm just like, who uses this?
Everybody.
It's like
it's still a viable road. Yeah, it's still a viable road. But what is this nonsense?
I have no idea.
Like, I get it.
Is it Pitbull?
No, that's Sean Paul.
Oh.
I get it. Sean Paul, the reggae guy, not the rapper.
He was looking like, what did you see and I'm missing?
But we're gonna get out of this Corona shit because we only got a couple more minutes anyway. Our culture. I'm so sick of our culture. Like, somebody told me, I had said something, I'm so tired of rappers, big ass chains, flashing money, all this stuff. And he was like, well, that's how we did it from Africa. And my argument was, we are so many generations removed from Africa. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta stop using that.
So many people a lot of people that say that though, they heard somebody else say that, so they try to use that because they think you're not gonna say anything against that, but they don't know anything about that to even be trying to use that as their defense.
Right, precisely.
Because if you look at any pictures of native people in Africa, they're not wearing all that gold.
Nobody walking around with all that heavy gold around.
Unless you're a chief or something.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't walking through the woods or out on a plane or something with this shiny ass gold reflecting, so everything out there see you coming.
Neither are those artists, because all that is used stuff. The person that owns it is standing behind the camera waiting for them to get off to get that stuff off their neck.
Or the jeweler waiting on them to bring it back Friday.
Or if it is real, you're in a position where you're not having any money at all. And I know a lot of rappers who make sure that their stuff, and you've known them, their stuff is real.
Yeah, they make sure it's real, so you can check it and make sure it's real. But since they spent it on that, now
nothing else.
Right, you can't hardly keep no gas in your car. You're calling your partner to cash app you a few dollars, and
you can't. You begging the people to let you into an open mic because you ain't got the $10 to get in.
Yeah,
you know, stuff like that. Like, I don't get us. I don't.
If that's what you, but see, this always been I always say, okay, if that's what you want to do, at least do what you gotta do to get what you gotta get, and then do that.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I was about to be
mad. I mean, I've always said this from the beginning. People have to understand your dreams don't fund themselves. You have to get out there and have a job. Okay? And there's so many times that I have been from city to city, country to country on runways, but guess what? The job I work in finance, it feeds my kids. Right. It keeps me living in a decent place. Yeah. If I need to move, I can do that. I can't sit up and depend on, and it was once upon a time before I had my first daughter, that's all I did was fashion, industry stuff. I'm doing, hosting shows, I'm doing this, and I made decent money, but I always looked at myself and like, you done made way more money than this. Like, you gonna have to, like, focus. Like, people don't say your dreams don't fund themselves. And I say to everybody, any day, you can live in your car, you can do whatever you need to do with your dreams, whatever it is, but you gotta also live.
All right.
Get yourself a 9 to 5.
To piggyback on what you're saying, a lot of people get on me a lot because I do stuff where I would try my best to help everybody come up without asking for a dime. But I would pay Shoot to come shoot pictures. You know what I mean? I'll pay Edwina to do something so we can collaborate. But I never asked anybody for a dime. And Tony, Mr. Exclusive, a couple of weeks ago, we were doing the Big Black Show. Shameless plug. And
shameless.
I was like, all right, man, send us your music. We'll listen to it, blah, blah, blah. I said, we ain't like them other review shows they have on Facebook where they in their mama kitchen and blah, 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 blasting them, right? And so we turned the mics off. We talked. And Exclusive said, why you talking about them? They making money because they charging them people $5 to play their music. And I said, I can't do that. Right. And that's what I said. I can't do that. I can't charge nobody to listen to their music, man. I want to help people with their dreams. And then what brought me out of that, and this just recently, because I've been doing the Big Black Show and doing, Giselle, like Combined Magazine. I put people in the magazine for free forever. No, just share the magazine. No, just post that you in the magazine. And folks can't even do that. And what brought me out of that was week before last, we were sitting there, and the guy just kept putting on the timeline, man, play my music. Hey, man, you gonna play my song? Hey, man, you said you gonna play our music. Hey, man, you gonna play my song? And then at the one his last comment, he was like, man, fuck this. I ain't watching this no more, man. And he left the thing. And I didn't see it till the end of the show. I was watching it, going through it. And I said, this nigga actually got mad because I didn't play his music. And I said something to Exclusive, and Exclusive said, why you said we need to damn charge them? Why do you think I said we need to charge them? Ain't nobody, they're not happy with you just, all right, I'm gonna help you out.
See, this is what I've come to conclude. And I've seen it, read it, heard it a few other places. If you don't put no value on you or your services, they don't. And they won't. And if they getting something for free, first of all, if it's free or too good, too cheap, too good to be true because you're trying to look out for them, they think something wrong with it. You don't know what you're doing. You must can't help them as much as you said or whatever. They don't value it. They don't see the value in it. And there's people out there that can offer less, subpar quality, and charge way more than you, but people just gravitate to them, for one, because they stay in people's face, and then the other one, just the price. They're like, oh, it got to be worth something. It got to be. They charging this. It got to be. So that's why I done got to where you got to pay me. If I'm not locked in with you, you got to pay me.
And then what you said, the quality is lower. They really don't have the connection, because I've run into that. I've managed 5 grown-ass people in my managing days, and I run into so many people that you pay this $250, and they don't have nothing. You didn't do no more than what I was doing for my own artists. I set up all my artist interviews. I did all of that as a manager, and you wanted they leave to go to somebody that's supposed to do better than me, and nobody is doing nothing. They not putting no music out. They not even putting their old music out. No. Like, what's the point? Like, you think somebody else value better because you pay them more versus the person that gives you all of them and actually push your stuff to a different level. I was making shows for my artists because they was charging me $200 for one artist and I had 5. I was like, well, forget that. We got a concert within us. So we put our own concerts and have other people come to us, and that's where my showcase stuff started, like 3-4 years ago. I started with the Royal concert when I had all my artists, and then I would have maybe 3 or 4 others to come in just to bring other fans, because my 5 artists had their own different fan base. I had people from all over the place, but that people don't value you until you put that number on it. But then when you actually go in there, unless they know what they're doing, they don't have nothing more than what you have. Go out there and make your money, and brand yourself. Stop trying to get signed to a label. Sign yourself, because half of these labels, just like Megan, they're gonna take your money. And you looking like $15,000 when you've made over a few $100 million.
That's a case by case situation.
It is,
because if you don't search for the knowledge to know how to do it, you can hurt yourself way more trying to be independent.
Yeah.
Like a lot of artists, I have my own label,
right?
and my two artists don't understand. Well, I think they get it, but people don't understand getting it and understanding are two different things. And my artists, they get it, what it takes, but they don't understand what it takes for me to put them out. It's more work than just getting a DistroKid account. Because what you're allowing DistroKid to do, I can do myself.
Yep.
But at the same time, do I have the resources? Do I have the time? Do I have the manpower to do it? And he's such an idiot. I don't like this guy. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to give him no shine. But when you do stuff like this with the red hat and standing, you're giving that guy a platform.
Exactly.
While you're trying to be funny, you're telling people, oh, okay, well, he's doing this. Let me go see what that guy going to say. So anyway, but when you tell an artist, like even with fashion, with Giselle, with JoJo, she knows this. You know, with videography, you know what I mean. When you try to say I'm gonna do everything myself, or I'm gonna do it myself, because you run into people that say, oh, I can do my music video myself. You say do it, and then once they realize they gotta sit at that dang on workstation for 6 hours to do a 3-minute video like this podcast. When I get home, I gotta take all this audio. I gotta take this audio. I gotta take that video. And what people don't know about camcorders is, they record continuously, but it cuts itself every 15, 20 minutes. So some kind of way, I gotta make it some kind of way where you don't see that cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why you're supposed to use 3 or 4 cameras at one time. So that way you can have the other, because you'll see, when you're going to see it fade in and out. And they're going to have a little logo right there. You're like, what the hell they do with that? And because I left my other tripods at home, trying to get out of there fast because the damn children were waking up, getting on my nerve. But people got to understand, going full circle with this, when you are an entertainer, when you're trying to do something, I said something the other day and it touched my heart so bad, so much. He said, you remember what you said? I've been trying to do this, but I never had a team.
Okay.
Right. I said.
And me and Giselle, we met 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I started Combined Magazine August 2016. The very first person to hit me and say, I see your vision, I want to work with you, was Giselle. She don't know that, but she was. She said, let's meet. I had just put out a magazine August 2016. September, like 2 weeks later, she hit me. Let's meet. Where you at? So I'm in Atlanta. Well, let's meet at Lennox Mall. And her and what was
Latasha,
Latasha.
Yeah, it's my designer.
Yeah. We met and Giselle tried a hostile takeover. We met in front of Burger King at Lennox Mall, and she went to talking. And I'm the type of person, if you know me, I let a person talk to Sales City, and then I ask 3 simple questions. What is it going to do for me? What does it do for you? What does it do for us? If you can't answer those questions without repeating yourself any kind of way, ain't no business. She was great. She was good. She made sure she brought a pretty woman with her. She made sure she was dressed nice and smelled nice. And the average bozo would have been like, hell yeah. What I said was, all right, let's see what we can do. But looking at what she was doing way too much to contribute enough to what I was trying to do. I was just starting off. It was me and 2 other people trying to do Combined Magazine, and she was doing too much. I couldn't count on her to, hey, I'm going here. Can we go? Because every time I looked at her Facebook page, she was going somewhere. So I'm not the type of person that be like, I see you going to Miami. Can you go with me to Chattanooga to this open mic? What the Miami, Chattanooga? So what happened was we ended up like parting ways before we started a partnership, but we stayed in the same circle because of Fats.
Yeah.
And so years later, saw at Fats casting call, and I said, we need to work together. And this is why she's here. That's what I try to do. The whole process of combining is to bring people together that normally wouldn't work together. You wouldn't be in a room with them normally. You know what I mean? I don't think you'll be in a room with anybody normally.
No, by myself.
14.
I'll be by myself.
I mean, but normally the people that I bring together, look at Mr. Exclusive. He does Christian rap. Why is he on the Big Lack Show? All we do is curse. Look at Ray. Ray is a straight up businessman that deal with nothing but business. He don't deal with nothing but business. Why is he on the Big Lack Show where all we do is curse and listen to rap? Because people have to see the value everybody bringing for each other. Like I was telling them earlier, Joe asked a good question. She said, what's the demographic you going for? And I broke it down to her. I'm not going for any specific one with this. Your demographic is not the same as hers. They cross over, but they're not the same. Our demographics are the same. They are the same, but you reach way more people than I do. You get what I'm saying? Whereas on Facebook, people don't see it that way. They go, oh, well, you do this and do this. No, people don't like me. They like you more than they like me. And they like you way more than they like me. You know what I mean? See, what women don't understand is, and I think y'all do, and I think y'all get it.
What is
y'all? Because you know what I'm about to say. Y'all act so naive to it.
To what?
To the fact.
To what?
Exactly. Y'all act so naive to the fact that if me and you started a Facebook page at the same time, like we said, forget it. Let's start our own Facebook or Instagram. You ain't gotta put no nude, no naked, no nothing.
Nothing.
You can just take pictures of your lap and you smiling next to it. You in there cooking fried chicken. You can do all that. I can be on that board giving away $1,000 a day. Guess what? Guess who likes and mentions and all that stuff gonna skyrocket first?
Mine.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, because it's aesthetics. People are looking at what's pretty, what's nice looking, what's attractive. They are attracted to what's attractive.
No, they're attracted to women.
Women. Period.
Men and women
attracted. You ain't gotta be attractive. You ain't gotta be attractive.
If you are, it's a plus.
No, it's the same thing with men, because you have men that are like bodybuilders, or they're not necessarily bodybuilders, but like they have really nice bodies. They're models. They do whatever. They have a whole shitload of women.
Thank you. They have a whole shitload of what?
Women.
Okay, so in order for a man to get that type of,
he got to go work out, get groomed up, or be shirt off,
or be rich,
or or be in front of a whole bunch of expensive shit.
All right looking woman will get way more likes and looks and accolades on social media.
She can have on something
than a well-paid, handsome man any day, because women have two different demographics coming at them or looking for them, men and women. Men ain't checking for other men. Women are checking.
They probably ain't even gonna like it. Shit. Even if they do like it, they not gonna like it.
Sure.
So that's why I said us coming together is a plus. I don't do nothing by mistake. What the hell? I don't care about this. I don't do nothing by mistake. Like a lot of the stuff I've tried to do, like with showcases, I realize that people don't come because people don't like me. You know what I mean? And I don't care. And then one thing, like I'm still gonna pay you to shoot pictures for me. If I find out you don't like me, guess what? I ain't gonna deal with you no more. Ain't no need to do. Why would I put money in a person who's my enemy? I'm not your enemy, but people make you their enemy. Well, for something you ain't never done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Why would I bring you on the show if you're telling people he talk too much?
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
It make no sense. Why would I give you an opportunity? But I tend to give opportunities to people that I feel like are going to work. Like I know you're going to work. I know you're going to put it out. Her, let me tell you something that she's been doing that I've been wanting to bite her ankles for. She's so smart, and most women are way smarter than. Oh, that was disgusting. Did you see the imagery he did? The lady went in there, made spaghetti, and then tried to force feed it to him. But I see what he doing his voodoo. Right. But you believe in God, though, bro?
Hey.
Okay, there's two. I was gonna say something about that earlier. It's two things to it. One, they still gotta say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna shoot this, but they probably didn't come up with all this imagery and symbolism and all that type of stuff. There when it happened. But at the end of the day, they had to say, okay, film me with all this stuff you came up with in your mind.
No, I'm saying, but Kevin Gates is always saying, for people that are watching the podcast that don't know who we're talking about, Kevin Gates just had a video called Fatal Attraction, and I like the song, but it's showing voodoo imagery. But you always saying in God we trust and all this stuff. Like it doesn't match. Like your like I get it's artistic, but at the same time, some boundaries you just don't cross.
But you have to understand that good and evil do exist in the same realm.
Yeah.
And you can't acknowledge one without the other.
Yes, you absolutely
But
can.
it doesn't mean that you have to follow
You
that.
can acknowledge one without the other.
That's real.
No, that's like people saying they believe in God but saying it ain't a devil. Or saying they believe the devil did this but it ain't a God.
No, you can absolutely acknowledging and understanding are two different things. I don't have to acknowledge you. You know what I mean? I know you exist. I understand you're here, but I don't have to acknowledge your presence. I don't have to acknowledge the fact that evil is out there.
That's what I said.
To live my life.
He had at the end of the day, all of the artists, whatever the symbolism and imagery is, had to say, okay, go ahead and film me, even if I didn't come up with this, you came up with it, but they okayed it. So
that is hard.
And he's Islamic, so
he don't know what he is.
He follows. Well, he devoutly follows. He says that he's a devout Muslim.
If he was, he wouldn't do that.
There's a lot of
and he does it.
But you know what? That's I don't like getting into religious conversation. But it's a lot of people running around hollering Muslim this and Muslim that these days. That's doing a lot of.
You know where it come from?
Because Muslims, devout Muslims, would never do anything against the Muslim religion.
I agree.
He wouldn't have did that if he was devoutly Muslim. Matter of fact, he wouldn't be rapping and using the words he's using if he was a devout Muslim.
I'm pretty sure he addressed this.
He
I
did.
don't want to misquote him, but you go ahead.
He did. There was a video that he put out, and somebody addressed the very thing. Like, it was actually another Muslim that was on his live. And he was like, you know, I'm going to pray for you. You shouldn't be using these type of words. You shouldn't be having these type of imagery if you follow Allah. Mm-hmm. Okay, Allah is just another word for God for those people that don't know. So, he responded by saying that God forgives you and replenishes you daily, and that we are all away from the grace. We all fall short from the grace.
I hate that excuse.
That's like the Africans in the gold. So when somebody say that, you're supposed to not go, but
you ain't supposed to press it.
Okay,
you ain't supposed to press it.
Yeah, we are going to be.
But you got to understand, the Muslim religion is 10 times more strict than a Christian religion.
Yeah.
See, the excuse he was using was a Christian excuse.
Right.
Because Muslim religion, they will get out. You know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep.
Years ago, he did a Coors commercial or something, Budweiser, some beer. Muslims don't drink, so you can't do a beer commercial. So they got on. Nah, bro, go to your old name. Go to Louis Alcindor or whatever you want to be. They, Muslims across the world.
If that's the case, then why would they stone the women and all that type of stuff if whatever they're gonna, if they're, tomorrow it would have been clean. Whatever you did today that was wrong, we didn't have to stone you or whatever. Tomorrow it would have been okay.
That excuse that he used, I get it. I get it. You have to defend yourself. But why not just say, yeah, you're right. You're right.
But the Quran does, and I have read, which you should have, you probably have as well. It does teach you about atonement. I mean, all religions teach you about, I mean, there are principal things that are based in all religion. Atonement is one of them.
But what did you read? You can't read the Quran in English.
True.
I hate to say that.
I mean, you really can't read the Bible.
You're not supposed to. Because you're not supposed to.
Real?
You're not supposed to read the King James version is the most bastardized version of the Bible ever, because it tells you what you want to hear. It has so many loopholes in it. That's why a lot of people say, wait a minute, an eye for an eye, but I should not kill anybody. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But in the Quran, if you're gonna, and I know some Islam, Arabic, I know some Hebrew. My dad was a devout Muslim, so he taught my mom Hebrew, which triggered down to me. I didn't trigger down to my sister, which made me want to learn more Hebrew so I can read certain religious texts, and Arabic so I can read certain religious texts. And when I was stationed in Kuwait, I used to talk to the people that spoke Arabic. Like, they had people called TCNs. I forget what it's called, what it means for something national. but they used to clean the bathrooms. And when I used to go, it was this one guy I used to talk to all the time, spoke good English. And I would talk to him, and I told him, yeah, my father's Muslim, and he laughed at me, because I'm black. And he went, black Muslim, like that.
Right.
Because to them, it's something foreign.
Right. Exactly.
And so me and him used to have these, how you say the word? Philosophical debates. And he hit me with so much stuff. And he was the first one that ever told me, you cannot read a religious text based in a certain language outside of that language. Because guess what? English is going to corrupt the very core of the message.
Exactly.
So I get what you're saying about atonement, but atonement in Islam is not atonement in Christian. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely
because
agree with
you cannot eat. You know how meat is prepared for them? Halal meat. You know what halal mean, right? It means blessed meat. So in order for halal, the way we process meat in America, they're not supposed to eat it.
Right.
Because you can't sit there and just have all the blood everywhere. What you do is you cut the animal with a knife. You know how long that takes to cut each animal? You cut them, you let them bleed out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get rid of the blood. You get that, not like we do, where we cut all these chickens and blood is everywhere and people got. You can't do that.
Right.
So when people like him, and not to put him down, because whatever he believe, whatever he wanna push. You can't sit there and say, oh, it's okay for me to do this because Allah forgives me daily. That ain't what the Quran teaches you.
Right.
The Quran teaches you. It don't teach you to be perfect.
Christianity doesn't teach you that either. It does not. You're supposed to walk a daily walk. That's the basis of all good free religion. Is that you're supposed to walk a daily walk to be a naturally good person to people on a daily basis. Everybody you interact with, you're supposed to meet them in kindness. That's what everything speaks of.
Christianity doesn't teach you that. The way the Bible was put together, because a lot of people say that the Bible was written cohesively.
I don't agree with that. No.
But a lot of people believe that.
No.
That's why if you're a Christian, technically, you're not even supposed to be reading the Old Testament.
Sure.
That is Hebrew text. It is called the Torah.
Correct.
But a lot of pastors, everybody here been to church. A lot, how many times you been to church and pastors taught you Revelations? Pastors don't preach Revelations. Why? Because Revelation is the most true thing in that Bible.
Yep. It is very real.
Why would I teach people something that's gonna scare them away from church?
Yeah.
That's why you don't get Revelations too much. They might hit on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus coming back. Yeah, you gonna do this. But they don't tell you the whole dang on story. What's gonna happen? Because a lot of people believe that hell is a place you go to once you die. That's in a lot of our minds. A lot of our Christians, as soon as you die, you go to hell. But Revelation don't teach you that. Revelation teaches you die, you go to a place of limbo for a while. When Jesus come back, he gonna raise the dead. How would you go to hell if he gonna raise the dead? Then he gonna judge you. Why are you already in hell if you have to wait for Jesus to come back to judge you? You get what I'm saying? Right. Make no sense. So I'm going to hell double times. But actually, the Bible tells you there are 7 circles of hell. Yep. Each one is relevant to what you did bad. But people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, so a preacher don't tell you that. They just say hell.
And then I was born and raised in Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
My ex-husband was a pastor and all that stuff. And I'm going to tell you straight up, everybody, when I go back and think about all the stuff, and I haven't been to church in 3 years, hint that one. As I said, I was born and raised in church. My dad was singing group. We had a singing group since I was 3 years old. I've been singing since I was 3. My ex-husband was a pastor. My son, his dad, all this stuff. I haven't been to church in 3 years. But what I'm saying is that when I go back and listen to most of the songs, all the songs are talking about dying. Everything is about dying. You want to die. You want to die. Nobody want to live. Everybody want to die. But you having kids for all these different people. Ain't nobody married. You talking about folks. You judging people. Now you telling people the corona gonna kill you, but you already said you gonna die. I mean, what do you want?
Right.
All of it is hypocritical. What do you want? Do you want to die and go to heaven, but you're going to live in hell? But where is heaven? Where is hell? Because I also read where you should live every day as if it's your last day. True. But you can have heaven right here on earth, or you can have hell. it's up to you. It's how you live. And yes, it is a daily walk to be nice and kind and all of that stuff. But are they really doing that? I mean, because, let's go look at the store right now. We can leave right now and we can go to 4 different stores right here off of this exit and you won't find food to feed the 4 of us.
You ain't got to be that deep. Just go on social media.
Yeah, everybody dead.
You ain't got to be that
Everybody dead.
You ain't got to be that deep.
And then people mad because people went to the beach. Okay, cool. It's airborne. But why ain't all them dead?
Let me tell you, it's crazy. Last week, I went to Miami. I stayed 4 days in Miami. I had several events. Yeah, because I went live on it. It was for another reason. We'll talk about that later. But I had 2 events that I was booked for. Both of the events were canceled because of the coronavirus. I get to Miami thinking that, because I still went, and my friend, she was going to go with me, but she was like, no, but I understand her not going. Her daughter had sickle cell, so she doesn't want to take that risk, and I understood that completely. I wasn't going to force her. So I get there, I'm on the plane, you see people in Tyvek suits. If you don't know what a Tyvek suit is, it's like the paper suits looking like alien. I'm just looking like, okay, whatever. So I get to Miami thinking that everything was going to be shut down. Okay, this is going to be boring. But I still wanted to go because my riders were still in place. Like, I still, these people have still paid me. And even though their event was canceled, I wasn't able to go and perform the event, I still get to enjoy the benefits from it, right? So I get to Miami. It is lit. I'm talking about lit. When I get to Miami, it is about 1 o'clock in the morning. You get to the airport. The airport is like a scary movie. Like, nobody's in the airport, right? So call the Lyft, get the Lyft, go out to the hotel. I get to the hotel. It's 2 restaurants at the hotel. It is packed. Like, everybody's eating and drinking. I was like, what the hell? Like, nobody shut down. The whole time I was there. Packed. People still having a good time. Now, it's hot in Miami. So I don't even think that the virus could even live there.
You can't
We don't know. We don't know.
They say 130 degrees.
So, I Ubered everywhere. Like, I was just like, I refused to walk. So, everywhere I Ubered a Lyft. So, I got in this Lyft car with this one guy. He's a nurse. And he was like, yeah, like, these people, they walk around with these masks on. He was like, the mask they got on, it's not going to even protect them from anything. Like the mask y'all stealing out of the
hospitals, right?
My wife doctor said the same thing. He said those masks aren't going to protect you from getting it, but it'll stop you from
spitting it out,
spitting stuff out to anybody else.
So with that being said, everybody that I see with it on, I assume you got the virus. I assume you got the virus.
Even without a mask, you'll assume.
So
you got the virus.
There's 2 sides to that. You got to look. Okay, we laughing because we saying it's not gonna keep you from getting it, but we said earlier you might can have it for like 2 to 3 weeks and don't know it.
Sure.
So you could be spitting it out to other people and not know it.
Yeah.
So if you're wearing it, just to be wearing it, you're not keeping yourself from getting it, but you're possibly keeping from infecting somebody else.
It's a barrier, but it's a thin barrier.
It's trending.
And
yeah, that's what it is. I see people wearing, they got them on and they got them like this. And they loose. I'm like, what are you doing? Your nose ain't covered.
With gloves on.
If you want to be real, if you really want to be protective, you want to get the respirator mask. The ones I think it's like RN, R95 or something like that.
The one that's $75 each.
The one that's going to block certain size particles coming through
certain
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that.
You like James Bond?
James Bond.
I'm a James Bond fan. I love all the Bond. Well, Pierce Brosnan is my favorite James Bond.
He's the worst James Bond.
No.
He was the worst James Bond.
They don't want more James Bond.
Sean Connery
number 1.
I used to have my crush on him.
Daniel Craig number 2.
Because I like old men. So I like Ray. Like, you like Ray. Oh my God. Like,
she like
let me tell you, when I saw it, I was like, yes, baby.
Should I move? Do y'all want to switch?
Let me tell you, I love it. I got a thing for it. I don't know what it is. But I like, not necessarily old white men, I like old men, period. Like older men.
Let's get into that.
I like older men.
We keep bringing it back to Corona. Let's get into that.
Oh, they got Corona. Old men got Corona.
They do.
Oh,
They the
okay.
ones that have
You're right.
But
Not if they're healthy.
you like old white men too?
No, I don't.
You know?
I like old men, like old black men, old white men. I like old.
How long has that fetish been going on?
Since I was really young. Like
13, 14.
You like them or you just like to be around?
No, I like to date.
Oh.
Men. I like to date older men. Like
old ladies get
my
worms.
previous.
That ain't it's not such a thing. You can't get worms from people.
Like what is it anyway? What is worms?
Worms. Like dogs get worms.
But y'all go raw dog in the $40 girl. I mean, come on. What you want to talk about? Let's be real. Let's see, I like older men for particular reasons. One, because you don't have to teach them or train them typically as to
I'm about to say you better retract that. You said typically, okay.
Typically.
Okay.
I mean, you got some that's old.
I know a lot of old dudes that's sagging right now.
And those are not the ones I'm attracted to.
Look at me, I'm 43 with Jordans on.
Those are not the ones I'm attracted to. I like men that are enterprising.
You know that.
They have to be enterprising. They have to have a really fun, young spirit because I'm a Gemini and I'm real fun. I like to do stuff sporadically. He has to like to have sex a lot. He has to have. You gotta be able to have sex a lot. If that ain't you, then you need to go about the business, take your medicines elsewhere.
Well, I'm glad it's almost time to go.
He has to. I mean, I really have a thing for older men. Like,
Okay, how much older? Like 10 years, 20 years?
At least 5 to 10 years
5 to 10.
is what I prefer. At least 5 to 10
Have you
years.
dated over at 20 over?
15. Yeah, 15.
You got worms.
Yeah, I am extremely healthy. Thank you very much.
You got,
Worms are good. You just get rid of them with some Corona.
Anyway, at least like
watch out a ball of
Let me
Corona.
tell you.
I bought a Corona with some wine.
I don't know. I used to date a guy that would always dye his beard, and I'm like, why?
Because
Are you doing that?
You want younger women.
He was like, I'm not old. I'm young.
You want
I was
younger
like,
women and you want older men.
Right.
That's
Well, I don't think
that's like a gay dude marrying a lesbian.
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Yes.
I don't. Okay.
It happens though.
I know it does, but
Because
I don't
people-
understand the
because
mindset.
They just want
with-
companionship.
Because
Yeah.
people are crazy, but you can't tell them they're crazy. But we as human beings, we are off. Every last one of us, we're off.
Yeah, we are all off.
Like-
in some degree.
He's off because he has his thing about his
And
computer
trust me,
going
I got it set to where the screen goes off,
I got you. I understand.
But people, man, we got to get ready to get out of here because
So please don't dye your
gotta do
beard.
something.
Please don't.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
What you about to say? She gonna be mad about?
That's-
I'm not gonna be mad.
Oh no, I was just saying that she was Gemini. You know, that's
Before we get out of here, I want to ask a quick question.
Sure.
Because I'm probably the only I'm a Mason, but I'm probably the only non-religious person here. Because as a Mason, you got to believe in a higher power, grand architect of the universe. But and I don't follow zodiac.
stuff.
How can you be a Christian and
Ooh.
follow the
My
zodiac
whole point
at
of
the
the
same
difference, though.
thing? How?
How do you eliminate the fact that things naturally occur in the universe?
But
if
But you just said though that religion is based on and has been constructed by man. We just made that argument.
no, I didn't
right?
say that. I was saying that the Christian belief was constructed from several different works. That's what I'm saying. Because religion is inherent in all of us. We all want a spiritual connection to something.
Sure.
That's how religion started. Well, how the hell did the zodiac start? See, the zodiac, the
Well, you
zodiac
can go back to
can be a religion, and that's why I'm saying, oh, it is.
yes,
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Some people just
They studying the stars and his guides up there. They thought like
And you're
this.
basing your life based off the zodiac. That is, if that's not religious, because you know what religion means, right? All it means is a ritual.
You're
You're
right.
performing a ritual. And people that follow the zodiac are performing a ritual.
So let's go to two things that just happened: the honey pot and the sage.
Sage,
Oh.
but the sage
The
before.
Christians were talking about the sage is not supposed to be burnt,
They
whatever
get the
in the
spirits
house.
out, yeah.
But that's what happened. If you want to go all the way back, like even Africans, all
But you know what?
traditions did the burning
It
of
also
different
gets
things.
microbes and stuff up out of that.
But that's not what you're talking about. Is logic.
But sage is not the only cleanser.
No, it's not.
But
lemon is a cleanser.
No.
Yeah.
But let's go back to Christian religion. When Jesus was born, what did they bring him?
Frankincense, myrrh.
What are those?
Herbs. Those are herbs that they burn. To clean,
exactly.
to burn. It's always been a part of.
So that's.
It's always been a part of rituals.
That's why when people want to fuss. And I love it when people say, "Oh yeah, God this, God that, Jesus," and then they go, "My sign is." You go,
"What?" Exactly. I'm like, I'm done dealing.
You just negated everything you said.
Everything. People pick and choose.
Because the Harry Potter thing, I'm a very big fan of Sean Connery and James Bond and Harry Potter. Love Harry Potter. And it was at a point in time when my first wife, me and her divorced. When I got back out of the Army, before I met my now wife, I was considering putting my family back together. And she told me, "You got to come to church, you want to do that." And when I went to this church, so much evil was happening. She was sleeping with a pastor. I know my kids are going to see this, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. She was sleeping with a pastor. She was sleeping with some other girls in the church and all this type of stuff. And then they were saying, if you let your kids watch Harry Potter, that's witchcraft, blah, blah, blah. But then you think about the stuff that's in the Bible, and if you don't say that's not magic, you're fooling yourself. If most of the stuff that was done that was considered miracle, if this done in the Bible, it's considered a miracle.
Yes, sir.
But if I was today gonna turn water into wine right now, I'm a devil. Oh, I gotta be a certain person to do this. If I would walk out in the street and there was a puddle and I said, "Move out the way," and the puddle water moved, you would look at me like I was crazy. The avid Christian will look at me and say, "Something ain't right with that boy." But if I tell you, "Oh, by the way, my middle name is Jesus," really? Yeah, Jesus.
Or prophet.
Somebody.
Something like that.
Even okay, they say they got the the communion.
Yeah.
That's a ritual. That's a tradition.
Okay, but say you do voodoo or something.
Baptismal is a
absolutely.
Now you're doing witchcraft.
It's a symbol of it. And it goes back to what I said earlier, we have to acknowledge the fact that there's both good and there's both evil. The gifts are the same.
You don't have to
but the motives.
You don't have to acknowledge anything. You don't. Like that's something that us as human beings, and I try to get this across to people all the time, you don't have to acknowledge anything. It is your choice. It's my choice to, when people trying to force people with this transgender stuff. If you decide you want to be a guy, I gotta call you. Today you say, "I'm really going by Joe. I'm a man now." Now it is polite for me to acknowledge it.
Right.
But I don't have to.
Right.
I don't have to call Edwina, because guess what? I don't have to talk to her at all. So you don't have to acknowledge anything you don't want to. Is it polite? Does society say it's polite to call somebody by what they want to be called? Does society say you have to be a Christian in America? Yes. In America, you have to be a Christian. That's the American way. And I'm glad we wrap back around to that American thing, because I want to talk about that. Do any of y'all in here, before we get, it's time to go. You supposed to be leaving at 2:30. Okay. Do any of y'all in here consider yourselves American?
Nah, I ain't no American.
American?
Yeah.
Like, by definition?
Yes.
Oh, definition, I'm definitely
I was
not.
born here.
Yeah, I mean, born
I was
here,
born
but
here.
not part of this culture, no.
Yeah, actually, you are. You are. You dress like an American. You speak like an American. You do American things. You like hot dogs, right? You eat cheeseburgers. That's as American. Do you like apple pie? You like apple pie? Do you think an eagle is one of the most majestic creatures in the world?
No, I sure don't.
Yes, you do. If you were to see an eagle land outside
You
your
say
water
so
right
pretty.
now, you would be like, "What the hell?" You'd be all on Facebook showing people that eagle. You are an American. So why do we allow white people to feel like they're the only Americans in this country? They sit and they separate us by saying African American.
Yeah.
You know what that does? That degrades us as Americans.
Let me tell you, my daughter, who is 10 years old,
God bless her soul.
she actually told somebody, she was like, "I am not from Africa."
Okay.
My mother tells me I'm not from Africa. I was born here.
I had this
So
argument in class.
why are you all calling me African? She said, "Don't call me African American."
Hey, Tell
I
I
just
love
sit
her.
back and I said, and my son was like,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
it's just sitting there. But I say that no, I'm not a part of this culture because I'm not accepted in this culture.
No,
And we have to either one or two things, and one or two people can't do it. It has to be a mass decision that we say that we're going to make them accept us
They ain't gonna
here.
do it.
No, you don't have to be accepted to be a part of this culture. Only thing you got to do is be a part of this culture. But like with your daughter, I had the same argument with one of my teachers in class. He said, "Yeah, African Americans," and I put my head down, and he looked at me and he said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I hate that word." And the class is full of black people and just one white lady. I said, "I hate that word." He said, "What?" I said, "African American." He said, "Well, aren't you African American?" I said, "No, I'm American." And that's exactly what I said. And the white lady groaned in the back. Like I'm saying, it's like 20 black people and one white lady. But you know what pissed me off when she groaned? No black person in there said anything. And I looked at her and said, why you make that noise? She said, "Well, when they were calling you black, you didn't like it. When people call you Negro," I said, "I prefer black or Negro before I prefer African American." I said, "Because I've never been to Africa." And I stopped myself and said, "Sorry, I have been to Africa on deployment." I said, "But I was born and raised right here in Atlanta, Georgia." I said, "So why can't I just be American?"
And Africans don't like it.
No.
I don't care what they like because I don't live for nobody else. But I don't want to be in a country where I can't stand it. I fought for this country. I got shrapnel injuries for my leg for America, not Africa and America. I didn't go to war for Africa and America. I went to war for America. So why can't they acknowledge? Now they don't have to, but why can't they acknowledge? Yeah, you just American as me.
Can you go to Africa and get any kind of African benefits?
No.
So you're not African American because you don't have dual citizenship.
Well,
Exactly.
Africans have explained this to me. I took a class in college some years ago. And
Where in Africa were they from?
Nigeria. One's from Kenya.
Okay.
And their thought process is that you were not born in our on our continent, because Africa is a continent, not a country. And
that's why I asked where were they from.
you were not born here, so why do you allow them to mislabel you? Well, there's a lot of mislabeling going on when you think about the census, because when you have Filipinos, you have Spanish-speaking people, they put on there, they tell them, put on there you're white.
But I'm glad you said that, because you know what? When you hit whites, I just did the census, but it goes back 20 years. If you do any job application online or do anything where it asks you your gender, I mean your race, if you hit white and they show you the description, how many African countries are in that white description? All of them at the top. Every African country that was populated by Europeans you consider white, even though people are darker than us. Right. They're considered white because of where they're from. In America, us Asians, Latino Americans, Native Americans, why do we get that extra on there? It's because white people don't want to be labeled with. I've never seen anything that said white American. Never.
Right.
They don't even call. They just blue-blooded American. Why am I African American? They come from Atlanta, born and raised.
Right.
So that always irks me. I hate being called black also.
Yeah, because I'm
not black.
As your child, your same daughter. I bet she done said something about that before.
I hate
black, I'm brown.
She was like, my name is Gabby.
But racial constructs were created by the rich. Because if they have us fighting amongst each other, you white, I'm black, you white, I'm African American, white, African American. If they have us, we won't come after them. Now going full circle back to Corona thing before we get out of here. That's all that is.
That's all it is.
Everybody fighting them. They're getting you separated. Okay, you can't interact with nobody but the folks in your house. So that's
divide
one thing.
And conquer.
You divide it. Then you run low on resources. So what you gonna do? Fuck them folks next door. I seen them bring in 2 trucks of goddamn shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
And I done loaded up on my AR bullets.
Bro.
Right.
You just hit the nail.
I be trying to sit back.
Like Joe was saying, she alluded to, and it's some truth to that. It is a financial war going on. But it's not country to country. It's the people that run your country against the poor people. It's always been that. Who are the most poor people in this country? Nigga, we looking at each other. It's us. We are the poorest people in this country. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Because guess what? You can have EI who make $12 an hour. You know what I mean? He can't get no loans because he black. Or if you do get a loan, it's going to be a high interest loan. Because he black. You get a white person who make $12 an hour. Guess what? They can get the lowest interest loan up there. They can default on several loans. They going to still get a loan better than his. Right. I got people that I work with. It's people that I work with that have asked me to borrow money and put them up in brand new cars. And it's like, well, they getting them low my credit messed up because my engine blew in my Lincoln. And I still miss my truck. Oh my God. Optimus, I'm coming to get you. I can't even, I call the people, hey, can y'all give me a loan to get a new engine in? Because they talk about that, 10 grand. Remember I telling you, for an engine. But no, now Mr. Carter, we see you've had multiple divorces and you defaulted on some stuff. Yeah, years ago. But I got dudes I work with who ain't got 2 dimes scrubbed together, pulling up in 2018 Malibus. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is a war going on in this country. They are trying to eradicate people. Look at the new studies. Who is coming up with the most HIV cases in the past 10 years? African Americans. This disease targets what? People with compromised immune systems. Come on now. I'm not a conspiracy theorist to save my life. I'm not. But when people start just sharing random shit on Facebook, like a lot of us, we pass it, we laugh at it, he do it all the time. Laugh at it, joke at it, I do too. But I'm starting to see a process going on where people who are sharing the shit aren't even thinking about it. You're not thinking about it. The most immunocompromised people in America are black people. The people who are less likely to go to the hospital are black people. The poorest people in the country that has less access to fast health care, black people. What is this disease targeting? Those people. People who are sick, people who are going to cough a little bit and say, oh, it's nothing, I'm going to the hospital. Because we have been trained that hospitals kill black people. We have been trained not to ask anybody.
Well, historically that has happened. It's not just a training. Those things have occurred.
They have occurred because of why? Because they think that our anatomy are different. They're still taught that black people's skin is thicker. No, it's not.
Our anatomy is much higher. Our genome is, okay. So
that's something different from your skin.
Okay,
where your lungs
I give you that.
You know what I mean? What's in your DNA is different from how thick your skin is. But they teach them still in hospitals, some training schools, that their skin is thinner than ours because it's darker. And that's not true.
True.
You get what I'm saying? It's certain stuff that they teach them that kills us. And that's why we die in there. You know what I mean? That's why we die. If our blood was cured, we wouldn't get HIV on a higher rate.
Well,
that's we couldn't catch corona.
That's a whole nother level though.
What level?
That's a whole nother dynamic right there.
How?
I mean, it's just like
because HIV attacks your DNA. It attacks your immune system when it turns attacks your DNA.
It's just like the Tuskegee Project. They develop these things and they pick a target. Okay, we are the target.
they pick it and they target us. Why? It's not because we are different from them. Because they couldn't find a cure for them if we were different. If we were different so drastically, then the stuff they was using for the Tuskegee Project, see how syphilis and herpes and all that stuff work to make cures for them.
It wouldn't correlate.
It wouldn't correlate.
Because we're too different.
You get what I'm saying? If we were that much special than them, they wouldn't use us as guinea pigs. You only use guinea pigs as guinea pigs because guinea pigs have similar stuff to them. You get what I'm saying? They want you to think that you're alien. They really want you to think, oh, you're better. If they really want you to think you were better, why would they treat you so different? You get what I'm saying?
They don't want you to think that you're better.
Oh, they do. They do.
How so?
Because they let the stereotypes propagate. Oh, black men have bigger dicks. You know what I mean? Black men jump higher. Black men are more athletic. Okay, so why is basketball being proliferated? I mean, having more and more white guys coming in as dominant. You know what I mean? Why is baseball now, that used to be an all-white sport, turned black, now it's all Dominicans. And you see what I'm saying? They want you to think that. So guess what? Now TJ think, oh, I'm way better in basketball than white guys. So I'm going to go to an all-white school, and I'm going to go in there and dominate the white guys. Oh, why didn't I get a scholarship? Damn, what am I going to do with my life? Now I'm living with depression and bipolar. Now I want to go rob somebody and rap. You get what I'm saying? It's psychological warfare all the way around. Not to say anything about your weight. Have you noticed that the past 5 years it's been a huge turnaround in if you thick, you sexy.
Yeah, it's confident.
Yeah.
I try not to have this conversation.
But why?
It's unhealthy.
Why? No, I'm gonna stop you a little bit there because there are some big people that are super healthy.
Yeah.
No, it's unhealthy behavior to make people believe that because of your size, it makes you hot or not hot, or it's emotionally unhealthy.
But the thing is, if I get every black person big, have a bunch of cholesterol, because you are told that, they hating on you because you heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you stay heavy? You eat a mini cheeseburger, you eat what you want to eat. Damn that gym. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What happens? Everything that they're doing now, and we're going to close this out because I got to go. But everything that they're doing now to instill confidence in us. Hot girl summer. Hey, I can fuck who I want to fuck. Hey, I want to do this.
Some negative results.
That leads to HIV. Yeah. I'm confident in my sexuality. You know what I mean? If men want to be dogs, I can be sexually promiscuous as everybody. Now you got HIV. You don't know who you got it from. Oh, you hate me because I'm big. I'm big. Hey, BBW, but now you got heart disease. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We better than white people. Our anatomy, we don't need to go to the doctor. Now you got the corona because you didn't want to go get tested. But white people are going to get tested. White people are going to the gym. White people aren't. They also
with money. People with money. Period.
Even poor white people will go to the hospital.
But they're not testing anybody.
But now I'm talking about period. Poor white people go to the doctor on a higher average than poor black people. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because we're told, just drink that ginger ale, baby. You know what I mean? Drink some chicken soup. Just go in there and lay down.
Well, I don't know about the ginger ale, but there is a thing as natural medicine. My grandmother used to make medicine.
But think about what you're saying. Medicine is natural. Medicine comes from the plant.
Not from Walgreens.
No, but the initial ingredients.
Yeah, they start out with the natural ingredients, then they find a way to make
synthesize
it to make it cheap.
But that's where it comes from originally.
They go.
This is a true story. Yeah. Both of my daughters and two of their friends were sick this week. Whoa. They had symptoms. They was,
they're wrong.
They was sick. So, and I will say I'm thankful there are no reported cases in Douglas County. Every county in Georgia, Douglas County is not on that list.
Henry County is.
I have not seen Douglas County on that list. I make medicine. I make medicine all the time. Even before all of this, I make my kids medicine. I make medicine for myself. I make medicine for other people. My grandmother made medicine. That's how I was raised. And I made the medicine. My oldest daughter, she was sick Saturday. And she was like, I just feel bad, Mom. Like, I just feel real bad. I said, okay, I'm going to make you some medicine. I made her the medicine. I told her to take a hot shower. I went to the store. I came back. She was laying on the couch. I said, baby, how do you feel? She said, oh, Mom, I feel like God touched my body. She literally was fine. She literally was okay.
Yeah, what's in the medicine?
You know what I'm saying? Because, for one thing, she took a hot shower. She opened her breathing with her airways. And you gave her whatever vitamins was in it.
It's a drink.
Yeah, I know it was a drink. I'm pretty sure.
But there's no alcohol in it.
No.
There's nothing.
Some kind of citrus stuff.
There's nothing that will harm. There was nothing that will harm. And now two of her friends, they took it. They were fine. Within 24 to 48 hours, they was okay. My youngest daughter, same thing with her. And she has Bart's, which is a derivative of sickle cell. She was fine. In 2 days, she back to normal, back to get it. But there's nothing in it that will cause any harm to you. Everything comes from the ground.
But thank you for proving my point. Because black people will find any reason not to go to the doctor.
You have to think about there's a fear of going to the doctor now because you don't know if they're giving you something.
It's folks right now.
But it's mostly a financial fear. Because if you had the money, to go,
it's gonna cost you $1 million.
You know how people to go to the doctor don't have insurance and go to the doctor just to go to the doctor? Come on.
Not not a lot of us.
But a lot of people don't go.
Not a lot of us.
If you don't want to go to work, you go to the hospital.
But you're not sick. But you're not sick. So that's something different than going to an urgent care and paying $50 for a sick note to be off. You know what I mean? You're gonna spend $50 not to make $50. See our mindset. But I know a lot of people that do that. I'm going to Walgreens urgent care and I'm gonna get this sick note, but you don't have to pay no full $50. So you just lost
a day of work,
$100 and something, and paid $50.
So you out a couple.
You see our mindset. That's why I say I hate our culture. I hate it. We so backwards. Just to have fun and go get some coochie. You know what I mean? You're going to pay $50 plus the $100 you're going to get her. Plus the food you got to put on the refrigerator.
It was like, what's the $100 you're going to get her?
It's true.
You got to at least come with, no, man.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that next podcast. We'll talk about that next podcast. But we are the only ones that are afraid of the doctor because we've had grandmothers and grandfathers that have been bankrupted in the hospital or went to the hospital for something and had some underlying thing that they didn't know because all their years they were drinking JoJo's sweet tea. You know what I mean? And it was suppressing that big thing. Then you go to the hospital, they go, wait a minute, you didn't know you had this?
And they swear the doctor gave them something.
Yep. And then they go, well, my grandmother had these same symptoms, and she told me her mother had it. And you find out it's something that's been in your family forever, but y'all been drinking potato juice and root of dog ass all your life.
Now, I'm not against going to the doctor. I'm not
saying you personally.
Because
when last time you been to the doctor for anything?
The last week.
I mean, but for what?
Well, my shoulder injury.
Oh, I'm talking about other than your workers' comp.
When I was going every 6 months.
Yeah, because you're a woman, right?
Right.
Okay, but when the last time you been there for an illness?
I don't get sick.
See, when the last time you been to a doctor for an illness?
I don't get sick.
See, when the last time you been? You know why? You know why I go every time I get sick? I had a sore throat 2 weeks ago. You know why I go? Cause it's free, bitch. Like I go to the VA. I go to the VA.
I mean, we go to the VA too.
You know,
But see, my girl now, she go for everything. She starts sniffling. She gotta go to the.
How go to the emergency room? How was
she? You come with me?
But she's a hypochondriac. see, that's the thing.
Yeah,
my sister's saying hypochondriac.
I don't think it's always about whether or not you have insurance. Like I have insurance.
We always have insurance.
I have good insurance.
Yeah.
I'm actually carrying a couple of people on my insurance. You do, but the thing for me is right now I don't feel safe going to the physician because I don't have a trust.
Because of history.
I mean,
exactly.
But no, not because of history. Why not personally?
Personally?
Yeah, you don't trust them. It got to be something personal because we hear history all the time. We still do dumb shit. The history is 185 people don't die of corona in this state, but we still out doing podcasts.
But that ain't shit to me.
It's only
because
18,000
people, 20,000 people died last year of the flu.
So why personally don't you?
It's history. That's the history. I've never had a bad experience with a doctor.
So why not go?
I don't get sick.
Regardless of the history, why not go? When you
when
you do get sick, why not go?
I don't get sick.
When you had the flu.
That little shit.
See?
I'm
gonna get it out of them. See? We black people, we have an adverse reaction to hospitals.
I don't believe in vaccinations.
Oh,
and that was one thing though, like let me tell you, my youngest daughter, I refused to get her vaccinations. We went through 3 schools in Georgia. No problem. Like they were just like whatever about it, right? So this last school, they sent me the letter. They was like, we're gonna withdraw her on this date if you don't go and get the vaccine. I was like, fuck. So I had to take her, or either they was gonna take her out of school, and I was like, you know what? Let me start looking at private schools. Because private schools you don't have to have vaccinations for private school. But I talked to my sister who is a biochemist, and she was like, yo, take her to get these vaccines. Don't let her get the flu vaccination.
So they gotta do that every
year. Let her get the rest of it. The rest of it is okay. The flu vaccination isn't because it's a live virus inside of it. So I had to take her. She had to get all these shots. And Georgia will not allow you, it's one of those states that will not allow you to use religious preference in order to not be vaccinated.
But you
have to be vaccinated.
But you know why you have to be vaccinated. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand the premise of it, but I also understand that it is
What's the premise?
I mean, it's supposed to ward you off.
No, it ain't about you.
It's to keep everybody else from getting.
That's
we have a herd. We have a herd mentality. We have a herd culture, And what that means is, if she's sick and we all live together, or she's in school, we all in kindergarten, and don't none of us get vaccinated. You know what I mean? And she gets sick, we all get sick. That's what vaccines do. It's not about the kid particularly. It's about not causing some corona shit in the world. You get what I'm saying? So that's what the vaccines are.
But we still have viruses that are being
invented
and
you're going to have viruses
daily.
You're going to have viruses. That's biological.
We trying to keep the ones that fuck us up out.
That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep the ones down that will decimate a country. Polio, measles. People don't even realize measles was a killer.
Yeah. And it's
chickenpox was killing people. It still is. Yeah. My wife had what is that shit called? Shingles. Like that ain't nothing but chickenpox times 5.
Yeah.
And her body was fucked up. Like she had a long ass thing going from the back of her neck down her leg. Like you can see the. And I didn't know what I said. You have this line, and it was like a big ass blue line. We went to the doctor. They were like, "Oh, that's her nerve endings." This shit had shot down her whole nerve ending down her leg, and it happened twice. That shit could have killed her. But when she was like, "Man, my back hurt." Like, "Oh, shut up. You know, your back always hurt." Then one day she was scratching her neck. I said, "Why are you scratching your neck?" And I looked, she had this line. Looked like I forget the name of that movie. He shot the shit in them, the damn shit. You see it going through their body. And I said, "We need to go to the doctor." Like, I'm not adverse to going to the doctor. Let these white people touch you all they want to. And when we went there, they said, "Oh, you got shingles." And when they took her clothes off, she had the line going from. And the second time she got it, it went down her back. Like the same way, but it didn't go all the way from her neck. Like that shit almost killed her twice. So that's why I used to read the stuff about the viruses, vaccines. I'm like, yeah, that's some bullshit. They giving these kids, what is she called? They slow kind of.
ADHD.
No, autism. That's what it said. The vaccinations
were giving the mercury.
Children,
that was because the mercury.
Autism.
But come to find out, there's no correlation because there's really no correlation to that autism really exists. That like they're going back and forth. Like
that's because the person that was doing the studies botched he botched the work.
He didn't botch it. He did it on purpose. That's what they're saying.
Well, yeah.
He did it on purpose to skew the results.
Exactly, and to make it seem like that it did cause there was a correlation between that and autism.
You know the correlation between autism and real people? That some people just don't want to be fucked with. Some people just don't want to be talked to. That you calling the kid autistic because he ain't listening to you. No.
What happened to the ADHD?
It's still around.
I mean, I'm saying like
I believe in ADHD because before I knew what it was, I acted the way they said you act when you have it. And then when I was in the military, the doctor told me, we were sitting there talking, and you see how I talk. I go from subject, when I'm talking. And he said, you.
A lot of people do that. That's just.
But it's not a disease. They make.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's natural.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's natural. And the doctor
so why give somebody medicine?
Because they give it to kids because most parents don't want to fucking deal with it.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not like. I know we gotta stop, but I know I had a friend that her daughter, when she was like this little, they say she had ADHD, and they give her that medicine, and she turned into a zombie, and she just sit there with her thumb in her mouth.
That's what they do.
And I'm like,
it's Ritalin.
All you had to do was just deal with your child,
destroying their
liver. I take it every
just deal with your child. That's a child. They want to play. They want to run around. They want to. Whatever.
They're supposed to.
But that's what's about to happen with everybody being at home. All these kids are now going to come up with all these diseases because
they don't want to sit still. Yeah, they're going to say, my child won't sit still. He won't be quiet.
But the crazy thing is, you won't be able to because they're going to, I give it about 2 weeks before they say, don't even leave your fucking house.
Yeah.
And this ain't even that serious.
Yeah. No, it's not.
It's a common cold.
Yeah.
My wife's doctor said it's a common cold. The only thing it is, it targets people with fucked up immune systems and old people.
Yeah.
And I think that was the plan. I think people that were closer to dying
anyway, them all out.
Get them out of here.
Right, but all our the president and his candidates for the Democratic Party, they all over that age. Yeah. So was it really targeted at them?
No.
No, they ain't gonna. You think they gonna get sick?
It's not targeted at anybody who got money.
And who knows about it, forever. So. they have a different sort of perspective and mindset when it comes to it. So
yeah, let's get out of here, man. Appreciate the talk.
Yeah,
It was real cool conversation. I'm glad y'all some smart people. Cause I wouldn't be able to deal with nobody.
If I get the sniffling or something after this,
You don't have it.
Right. But he ain't gonna go to the doctor though. So I mean,
Fuck the doctor.
I got some citrus.
He gonna call JoJo.
Hey, I'm already ready for this.
Give me some of that. Give me that dog ass
you'll
juice.
be better tomorrow.
Did you notice though when you asked her what she put in it, she didn't want to give you?
I will tell you offline. But yeah, it works. It works.
It works for
You
what?
need something too.
For anything, I can custom make any type of medicine for anything that you have.
Custom made.
Hey, I got ED.
We know that.
Oh God.
How do we know that?